Okay. Now let's talk about Caitlin Clark, Christie Sides, and Indiana Fever. But before we get started, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Gertie Mac Show, taking y'all time to subscribe to the channel, liking and sharing my videos. I really appreciate all that. Now let's go. So Indiana Fever 5-game winning streak is a wrap like a Christmas gift, because Minnesota Lynx came back like child support, took the lead, and it was over from there. They ended up getting the win 99-88. Indiana Fever lost by 11 points. Now, Minnesota Lynx appears to be a team that always gives them problems like geometry. And for some reason, they just can't figure out the math to get over their hump and beat Cheryl Reed and Minnesota Lynx. You ain't got to like Cheryl Reed, but she be having that team ready to play at all times. They are a really good team, and they keep playing the way they're playing. They'll most likely have a good chance of winning the WNBA Finals. Now, let's talk about Christie Sides and Caitlin Clark. Now, we all know Caitlin Clark, passion for women's basketball, passion for sports, period, is through the roof. To where sometimes she gets herself all riled up, she gets upset, frustrated, and and it shows, and she lashes out. Well, she had a lot of those moments in this game where she got upset about calls and all that, and she is only like 2 technical fouls away from actually being suspended, which she cannot afford to get that. But Christie Sides want Caitlin Clark to kind of tone it down with all this frustrated and being upset. Not in a bad way, but Christie Sides is coming from the point of, you got to learn how to control it. But Caitlin Clark, in her post-game interview, made it very clear that is something she won't be changing. Y'all check this out.
I thought it was frustrating. I thought I got fouled a couple times there in the second half on mid-range jump shots. And, I mean, it happens. Sometimes they get called, sometimes they don't. It is what it is. I think I settled a little bit too much for mid-range jump shots. But, like I said, I felt I got bumped a little bit. And I was honestly trying to shot fake them to get them to foul me. But, I mean, I think I could have done a little bit better job controlling my own emotions. But I think it just started bad for us and then continued to snowball. And that's something we have to control a little bit better. Not only did we not execute on the offensive end in the third quarter, but I thought they destroyed us offensively. Our defense wasn't very good, so I think just improving in that area and just all kind of gathering our emotions a little bit better and finding better shots. I thought we kind of stopped playing in a way that made us successful in the first half, so just a good learning opportunity for us. I feel like we could have played a lot better. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a line, and sometimes your passion and your emotion can get to you, but that's never something I would ever change or anybody on our team would change. So
now this is just one of many moments that Caitlin Clark was being frustrated with the referees. And like I say, she is so passionate and her emotions be so high that she just sometimes can't control it. But you can see the ref is the blue arrow that's over to the left, and Caitlin Clark is right there to the right in the picture to the left. And what happened was she started clapping real hard, walking toward the refs, clapping. And stuff like that sometimes can get you a technical because you're kind of enticing and kind of all in the ref face. And you're being a little extra. Read all about it. But now, like I said, Christie Sides, she understands the emotions and stuff that Caitlin Clark has for the sport, and especially when things are not going right. But she also really, you can tell that Christie Sides want Caitlin Clark to kind of contain this, but it almost feel like Christie Sides don't know how to have this conversation with Caitlin Clark about her frustration in these moments. But like I said, it's competitiveness. Caitlin Clark just wants to win, but she also going to have to remain and watch out for these technical fouls that she could get. Now, she had some moments in this game where she should have gotten a technical, but they kind of let it slide. But y'all check out what Christie Sides had to say.
Coach, throughout your win streak, you've had that kind of consistent contribution from another player like Nalissa or Temi or Lexi. Just how important is it to get that fourth contributor either as a starter or off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. You know, I think tonight we were playing okay, and then we got to that third quarter and got rattled, and I think we just tried to do it ourselves a lot instead of the way that we've been able to get out of those moments as of late when we've been able to stop people's runs. And we just let it snowball on us. And that's something that we've been better at and that we've got to make sure that we clean up, you know, because this is someone we could possibly play. And just gave us a taste of what it feels like to that playoff basketball. So we just got to be ready for that, ready to stop those runs and not let just our emotions get the best of us.
We'll go Christine, then we'll go Matt.
Christy, so in the third quarter, Caitlin is, you know, rubbing up the crowd and whatever, but is clearly, you know, and she said it too, getting, you know, there's that line, right? And you didn't want to cross it. What, do you say anything to her at that point? She came to the bench, obviously, for those last few minutes of the third quarter, and she then seemed to be fine as far as the fourth quarter emotionally, right? And just back in it. Is there a switch that you can kind of turn on and off, or how do you coach someone who is obviously, the crowd is loving it, right?
Yeah.
But clearly you also don't want to have her get another technical
Right.
foul or whatever. Thanks.
Yeah, and I think that's, you know, she's just so passionate and so, she's just a hell of a, I mean, her competitive spirit is like, I mean, it reminds me of Diana Taurasi. I mean, she's that. And so when she is upset or mad, like, that's what we've been working on, trying to figure out how to get past those moments, you know. I was worried she was going to pick up a T in that third quarter, and thank goodness that she didn't. But that's growth, and she's got to learn that in those moments, I need my point guard to have a cool head, get us in whatever we need to be in offensively, and then, you know, if it's not a foul call that you thought, you got to get back. You know, you got to get back and transition and help our team get stops. So, you know, we're working on those things. That's what a young team, that's what you do, is you try to figure out, talk about these moments, watch them in video, show them where, you know, okay, this just can't happen because it caused this, and this. There's a reaction, you know, to all of our actions, and we've got to make sure that we don't put ourselves in a worse spot with those kind of moments.
Go down the line, Matt, Chloe, James, then Jacob.
Yeah, in the third quarter, coming out of half, Minnesota was forcing a lot of turnovers on the pick and roll.
Yes.
You know, just collapsing in that high action. From your viewpoint on the sidelines, were you just actively wanting to change that? Was it maybe just realizing a little bit too late that you needed to change something? What was kind of the game plan there?
No, I think there were some times probably when we go back and watch, we probably needed to execute something that was a little longer. You know, we are second or first in the league in points in the paint, or I think third or fourth, but like we tied Minnesota, who isn't very good at points in the paint. I think they're maybe 11 or 12. And so we have to take advantage of where we have the advantage. And I think there were times where we needed to just come down, execute, get a paint touch, and then play out of that. And we were taking some early shots that didn't go our way, and then long shots end up being long rebounds, which is hard to get back in transition defense.
So you heard Christie Sides talking about Caitlin Clark, just talking about Indiana Fever, period. Like I say, Minnesota Lynx, this game was kind of like a playoff game because in the position that Indiana Fever is in, they can very much so run right back into Minnesota Lynx, you know, in the playoff. And for some reason, they just can't get over the hump when it comes to playing Sherry and Minnesota Lynx. You have to give these ladies credit. I understand they don't have the spotlight like Caitlin Clark, you know, shining on that team. They don't have, you know, they don't have that. But they have some great players. You got to give them credit. They come together, even through the adversity of being down. They kept their composure, and came back, got back in the game. And Minnesota Lynx is one of those teams that once they get the lead, and they get a double-digit lead, you can very much call that game. But y'all get in the comments, tell what y'all think about this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share this video. Also hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop another video. And follow my social media at GertieMac15. Holla.